Buhari is the most highest world president that I've never seen in my life before.
I can remember Buhari when I hear poverty, because Buhari bring poverty for the country. No achievement, no development, nothing.
If I can remember our former president, when we are there, Buhari first lock border, nothing they come out, nothing they come in. That's where we get that's where we start our hardship. Our hardship going to increase from there, because nothing is moving. Market no they go, nothing, food to chop, no problem.
In our tradition as Muslims, once somebody has passed on, we don't speak ill of him. And so all things that are not pleasant about him, his life, and relationship with others are buried from the day he dies. You only speak good about him. This is what the Islamic Sharia provides.
Jimmy Carter a few months ago, he died in America. That's what you talk about, loving your country. Why would you go and die outside the country? Because the country that you live in, you don't trust them. You don't trust their health care. You don't trust their health professionals. You don't invest in them. Where's the funding? Where's the passion to make healthcare great in this country? Because you can afford to go abroad, what happens to the 200 million Nigerians that cannot afford to go abroad?
Those who glibly talk of going abroad, they don't know that a man needs to be alive first before he can effect a change. If he had said, I'll do my medicals in Nigeria just as a show off or something, he could have long been dead, because there may not be the expertise needed in the country. But he needed to be alive to be able to lead the country to a point where we will have that expertise. He always had his medicals in London, even when he was not in office. So it was not about the time he was president alone. He had always had it in London.
You can't say Nigerians be patriotic, and you as a leader can't do the same thing. It's been a lot of problems over and over again, that leaders leave the country in jeopardy, leave the country in this bad state, and use taxpayers' money to go abroad to get themselves sorted. I think it's it's not very good. Right now we have about $7 billion leaving the country on medical tourism every year, because we don't trust our system. The government has failed Nigeria healthcare space, and now we're supposed to have one doctor to 600 patients. We have one doctor to about 10,000 patients. No value for healthcare, no passion for the country, and we keep saying, think about Nigeria first. The leaders are not thinking about Nigeria first. Health is supposed to be the right of every patient in this country. But right now, health looks like it's very, very secluded, only for leaders that can afford to travel abroad at the twinkle of an eye. I think right now there's a lot of dilapidated environments. The healthcare is not functioning. The right system are not functioning. The policies are just policies. They're just copy and paste policies, because people don't know what's really it's important for Nigerians. We have people coming in with policies that are taken from the US or from the UK that are not very applicable to Nigerians and for Nigerians. I think it is high time we look at it properly. When the president died, we commiserate with President Buhari, but you can see the high point. He said the president died in a London clinic. How many of those presidents of those countries die outside their country? In America, we just lost Jimmy Carter a few months ago. He died in America. That's what you talk about, loving your country. Why would you go and die outside the country? Because the country that you live in, you don't trust them. You don't trust their health care. You don't trust their health professionals. You don't invest in them. Where's the funding? Where's the passion to make healthcare great in this country? Because you can afford to go abroad, what happens to the 200 million Nigerians that cannot afford to go abroad? I think it's high time we look at it critically and change some policies where politicians don't take our money outside the country again. Let there be a law to say they must stay in this country for healthcare going forward. Thank you.
As Nigerian, we have very deep memories of the departed former president. He was indeed a man of vision, a man who promoted unity together with his colleagues in Nigeria. I'm sure all of us will miss him sorely. We are glad that he has lived a good life. We are glad that some of those ideals that he has laid behind will continue. We also call on the younger ones to emulate some of those good qualities of former President Muhammadu Buhari. May his soul rest in peace.
He was an astounding leader, somebody who was a man of integrity, somebody who stood for the truth, somebody who never wavered on the part of looking at the fact that integrity is the watchword, that is the main thing, is a pillar for every human being. He stood for that, and you remember for that. He did his best for the country, and we pray that may God reward him abundantly.
One of the things I will want us to do really is to draw lessons. What is it that can be done better now that he's first, politics, especially in northern Nigeria, can never be the same without Buhari. And in fact, since he left office, politics could never be the same, because the old tradition whereby people can go and just associate with him, and once he left their hand, it almost translates into electoral victory, was never the case once he left office. So what that means is that, and because of his popularity, many politicians who associate with him became extremely arrogant. The issue of developing relationship with citizens was not a priority to them, and they continue to talk down on people. The question of meeting expectation of citizens again isn't their priority.
I intend to keep my oath and serve as president to all Nigerians. I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody. I don't know which party my wife belongs to, but she belongs to my kitchen and my living room and the other room. Baba goes slow. No, those who are going fast, where did they go to? No other country but Nigeria. Anybody who thought he had any other country than Nigeria, goodbye. I think I come to accept the realities of leadership in Nigeria. You can only try. It's a terrific country. No matter what you do, there are people on daily basis that look for your faults and go to the press. So you have to learn to live by that. Whoever thought that there has been some form of injustice on him, we are all humans. There is no doubt I hurt some people, and I wish they would pardon me. Please pardon me. I thank you very much.